The Psychology Spectrum presents The Science of Why You're So Awkward. Have you ever felt like you don't fit in with the social norms? Do you often find yourself in embarrassing or uncomfortable situations? Do you struggle to make eye contact, read body language, or keep up with small talk? Do you often blush, stutter, or fidget when you're around other people? If you answered yes to any of these questions, you might be one of the many people who are socially awkward. Social awkwardness is not a disorder or a flaw, but a natural and common phenomenon that affects millions of people. In fact, it can be a sign of intelligence, creativity, and talent. Some of the most successful and creative people in history, such as Albert Einstein, Isaac Newton, and Jane Austen, were socially awkward. So what makes someone socially awkward, and why is it actually awesome? Awkwardness is a subjective feeling of being out of sync with the social expectations or conventions of a situation. It can also refer to the behaviors or actions that cause this feeling, such as saying the wrong thing, making a faux pas, or being clumsy. Awkwardness is not a fixed trait that you are born with or stuck with. It is a situational and contextual phenomenon that depends on various factors, such as your personality, your mood, your culture, your audience, and your environment. For example, you might feel awkward in a formal setting, but not in a casual one. You might feel awkward with strangers, but not with friends. You might feel awkward in a large group, but not in a one-on-one conversation. Awkwardness is also not a binary state that you either have or don't have. It is a spectrum that ranges from mild to severe and from occasional to chronic. Everyone experiences some degree of awkwardness at some point in their lives, but some people are more prone to it than others. Awkwardness can be triggered by various factors, such as if you are not familiar with the norms, rules, and cues of a certain social setting, you might feel unsure of how to behave or respond, and make mistakes that make you feel embarrassed or out of place. If you are afraid of being rejected, criticized, or humiliated by others, you might feel nervous and tense in social situations and avoid eye contact, conversation, or interaction, which can make you seem aloof or rude. If you have a different personality, appearance, interest, or opinion from the majority or the norm, you might feel like you don't belong or that you stand out in a bad way and struggle to find common ground or rapport with others. If you are too focused on yourself and your own performance, you might miss or misinterpret the signals and feedback from others and imagine the worst-case scenarios or outcomes, which can make you feel insecure or paranoid. So why are some people more awkward than others? There is no simple answer to this question, as awkwardness is influenced by a complex interplay of biological, psychological, and social factors. However, some of the possible reasons are: some studies have suggested that awkward people have different brain structures or functions than non-awkward people, especially in the areas related to social cognition, emotion regulation, and attention. For instance, awkward people may have less activity in the amygdala, which is involved in processing emotions and social cues, or more activity in the prefrontal cortex, which is involved in planning and reasoning. These differences may make awkward people less sensitive to social feedback, more analytical and logical, and more easily distracted by irrelevant details. Some researchers have proposed that awkwardness may be partly inherited, as it tends to run in families and is associated with certain genetic conditions, such as autism spectrum disorder, ASD, or Asperger's syndrome. These conditions are characterized by difficulties in social communication, interaction, and understanding, as well as restricted and repetitive interests and behaviors. However, not all awkward people have ASD or Asperger's, And not all people with ASD or Asperger's are awkward. Awkwardness may be a mild or subclinical manifestation of these conditions or a separate but related phenomenon. Some environmental factors may also contribute to awkwardness, such as early childhood experiences, parental influences, peer pressure, cultural norms, media exposure, and social isolation. For example, awkward people may have experienced bullying, rejection, or neglect in their early years, which may have affected their self-esteem, confidence, and trust. They may also have grown up in families or cultures that did not value or encourage social skills, or that had different or rigid rules of etiquette. They may also have been exposed to media that portrayed awkwardness as funny, cute, or admirable, or that reinforced their niche interests or hobbies. They may also have lacked opportunities or motivation to socialize with others, which may have hindered their social development and learning. While awkwardness can be a source of distress, discomfort, or disadvantage, it can also be a source of strength, uniqueness, or advantage. Here are some of the benefits of being awkward. Awkward people tend to have an unusual or unconventional way of looking at the world, which can lead to innovative ideas. They are often eager to learn new things, which can make them experts in their fields of interest. They are also often analytical and rational, which can make them good at solving problems or making connections. Awkward people often have a passionate or sometimes obsessive interest in a specific domain, which can lead to extraordinary achievements. They are often diligent and persistent, which can make them excel in their chosen fields. They are also often talented in areas such as science, technology, engineering, mathematics, art, music, literature, or trivia. Awkward people tend to be sincere and genuine, which can make them trustworthy and loyal. They are often humble, modest, and self-aware. They have also been found to be quirky and eccentric, which can make them interesting and memorable. Feeling awkward means that you are aware of the social norms and expectations, and that you want to follow them and please others. It also means that you are sensitive and empathetic to the feelings and reactions of others, and that you care about their opinions and impressions of you. Research has shown that people who are easily embarrassed or who blush frequently are perceived as more honest, sincere, and reliable by others because they signal that they have nothing to hide and that they are aware of their mistakes or flaws. Being awkward means that you are different or unique from the crowd and that you have something interesting or distinctive to offer. It also means that you are not afraid to be yourself and to express your true thoughts and feelings, which can make you more authentic and attractive to others. Being awkward means that you have a different perspective or approach to the world, and that you can see things that others might miss or overlook. It also means that you have a strong curiosity and imagination, and that you can come up with original and innovative ideas and solutions. Social awkwardness is not a problem that needs to be fixed or cured, but a challenge that can be overcome or embraced. Here are some tips on how to cope with social awkwardness. The more you expose yourself to different social situations and interact with different people, the more you will learn and improve your social skills and confidence. You can also observe and imitate the behaviors and expressions of others who are more socially adept and ask for feedback or advice from them. When you feel awkward, try to calm yourself down and reduce your stress and anxiety. You can do this by taking deep and slow breaths, relaxing your muscles, and distracting yourself from negative thoughts. You can also use humor or self-deprecation to lighten the mood and ease the tension. Instead of focusing on your weaknesses or failures, focus on your strengths and successes. Instead of worrying about what others think of you, focus on what you think of yourself. Instead of assuming the worst, assume the best. Remember that everyone feels awkward sometimes and that no one is perfect or flawless. Don't try to change or hide who you are, but accept and celebrate your uniqueness and individuality. Don't be ashamed or embarrassed of your awkwardness, but use it as a source of charm and charisma. Don't let your awkwardness hold you back, but let it propel you forward. Social awkwardness is not a curse, but a blessing. It is not a weakness, but a strength. It is not a barrier, but a bridge. It is not something to be avoided, but something to be enjoyed. So go ahead and be awkward and be awesome. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Until next time.
Thanks.
This is The Psychology Spectrum.